Hey everyone, this is Tim Hinton from the Marching Roundtable podcast, and I am inspired today. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I'm inspired. First off, at the Marching Roundtable podcast, it's such a great honor for us to get to talk to all kinds of people that are inspiring. People are so wonderful and generous with their time and their information, and it's been so much fun over the last 5 years for me to get to meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people, and then share those stories with you. Well, normally we do one podcast every Wednesday night, or usually once a week. But this week, it's Wednesday, and I'm about to record my third podcast of the week. This is very unusual, but it's just the way that things happened. On Monday, Nick Blazewitz was in town. Nick is the first blind student to take the Judges Academy coursework. This guy is inspiring. He's sitting in front of me. He's 25 years old. His grandparents, he was down here visiting his grandparents in Florida where I live. They drove him over so that we could meet and then record a podcast together. Such an inspiring guy. He showed me how his computer works, how it talks to him, and he can read anything online that he finds or emails or anything. How he studies the coursework through these programs where he hears it, of course, rather than seeing the videos. And he is going to be a fantastic music judge because, he has these great exceptional ears. He's trained his ears to be like super ears. And so he's become very valuable to groups he works with and is a part of. He plays in the front ensemble with the Kilties. He plays timpani. But he's also valuable because of his ears. And so I think he's going to be a fantastic music judge. And it's been exciting for us at the Judges Academy to work with him, get to know him, sort of encourage him, try to teach him all we can, and see what happens with that career. So that was really exciting to meet him on Monday, very inspiring to say the least. And then on Tuesday, all of a sudden I got a call, been working for months actually with Bob Jacobs, wonderful man at DCI, trying to get us in touch with Janina Gavankar, who is a TV and movie actress. I'm also a great drum corps fan. A lot of you who follow drum corps will have seen her. She's been doing some things with drum corps over the last few years. She auditioned and was accepted to be a member of the Phantom Regiment front ensemble, but that same summer got into Yale Drama School and decided to follow the acting. And of course now she's a very famous actress. She's been in lots of shows like True Blood. She's right now in The Mysteries of Laura. Really exciting. So all of a sudden I get this message that she's available and she's going to be able to talk with us. And so Max Smith, who's one of the filmmakers of the Scouts Honor documentary, had this idea to talk with her about the similarities between making a film and making a field show. And of course there are many, many of those. And he said, who would be perfect is someone like Scott Chandler, where Scott is the choreographer and the program coordinator for the Blue Devils and all these fantastic shows the Blue Devils have been doing over many years now. He's responsible for a lot of the genius behind those. And so Scott has been on our podcast before, such a nice, generous guy, and I sent him an email that morning and said, okay, all of a sudden Janina is available to talk with us. Are you possibly available? I mean, no warning. And he said, I would love to do it, but I leave tomorrow for Tokyo. So I was like, okay. So I sent Mac and Janina a note and said, are you possibly available today? And Janina, being so wonderful and generous, said, yes, let's do it tonight. And so all of a sudden we're scrambling our schedules and details. And that evening, there we were, Scott Chandler from the Blue Devils, me, Max Smith from the Scouts of Honor documentary, and a wonderful sound engineer and movie guy too, are talking with Janina Gavankar, this wonderful actress, wonderfully talented, beautiful woman, and she's such a passionate drum corps fan. You are going to love hearing what she has to say. Many of us saw the music video that she did last year where she involved drum corps performers. So inspiring. There she is singing, looking beautiful, and then jamming out with the snare drummers on the rack. It's so inspiring. So we got to talk to her, and I was like, wow, this is so wonderful. And then today, something completely different. We're talking with some staff members from the Gavankars, a DCA corps, because they're taking their corps to China this fall. So how in the world do you do that? How can you make that happen? That's going to be the podcast we're recording today. So I'm like 3 days in a row, my mind is blown by these wonderful, inspiring stories of these people doing great things. I'm excited that we get to share these inspiring stories with you, our listeners. So thanks for being a listener. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for everyone that's inspiring us. And you listen to these podcasts, be inspired, go out there and inspire everybody else. We can all do it. Do good work, be a good person. As I like to say now, have courage and be kind as you go through the world, as Cinderella says. So thank you for everyone who's inspiring us this week. Thank you to Nick and to Janina and to the folks from the Gavankars and everybody that's listening. You're inspiring me You're inspiring everyone. Thanks for talking with us. Thanks for being a part of the podcast. I'm inspired.